Yo, today we have Quora answers, and I'm picking up where I left off, I think a month and a half ago, and going it back in chronological order. Where I left off last time was, can anyone have confidence in charisma? That was the last question I had, question and answer I had gone through, so we're going to keep going from there. The next one is, how can we stop our thoughts from turning negative and speaking to us in an angry tone? How can we make our internal dialogue positive instead of negative? Great question. There we go. My answer is, create a list of positive affirmations and personalize them to your circumstance. Should I make this a bit bigger? Yeah, make it a bit bigger. Create a list of positive affirmations and personalize them to your circumstances. It's so bright behind me. All right, listen, I'm getting distracted, okay? Let me keep reading. So actually, on that point, it's important when you have positive affirmations. What I've done for myself is create them myself and make it so that it's for me, and some make it focus on the things I struggle with and the stuff I want to be more confident in believing in myself when it comes to believing in myself. So yeah, that's a very essential key when it comes to positive affirmations. Use repetition to reinforce positive thoughts consistently throughout the weeks and months ahead. Use visualization to increase the influx of positive thoughts by seeing yourself doing good things. Yeah, visualization is a great tactic, and I need to be more intentional and use visualization, because I've used it during the past, for example, past few months, but I haven't been so intentional about it. It's just been a thing it just come up in my head. But yeah, I need to be more intentional about it. So that's definitely something that I am gonna hopefully implement. Hopefully, if I don't, remind me in the comments. These things will affect your mentality over time with consistency, and also affect your behavior so that you can have positive results. And the key thing here is that it's over time, and you need to be consistent with it for you to see big results over time. It's not something that I haven't seen myself that affects you immediately in your first usage, but it's something that these habits and behaviors will start to tackle that negative cycle over the long process. It's almost like it's taken the long approach with things, and most cases that long approach will have long lasting results. So don't be flustered by it. Don't be worried that it's going to take a long time. Just start now so it gets shorter as you go. The Power of the Subconscious Mind is a great read to learn more about the three methods I mentioned. Yeah, definitely. The Power of the Subconscious Mind is a book I will go over within the coming weeks, and there's so much I learned from that book once I really wanted to learn from the author and kind of see what he wants to teach, and see what I can learn from his work. And it's going to be I feel like it will be a great insight. So make sure you check that out. If you're watching this after I posted it, check it out. Okay. Next question. How has embracing failure as a stepping stone to success impacted your approach to innovation and personal growth? It's a personal question. It's a question to me, I guess, or to the person answering. And I said it has improved it tremendously. When I focus less on the failure, because I messed up there. Why did I write HT? When I focus less on the failure and more on growth, I embraced failures as lessons I can learn from and have them. Okay, I'm messing up now. I'm doing this again. When I focused less on the failure and more on growth, I embraced failures as lessons I can learn from and have been able to use them to help me work towards my goals. It's a key it's a key thing that you focus less on the results and more on the growth, so that you can kind of shift your values and be less afflicted by failures, because that's the outcome. But along the way, the process towards the outcome is within your control, and when you focus on that, you'll be less affected by failures, and the fear of failure is a very, very key step and very, very beneficial one once you're able to take it. And the leadership, which is a book I'll do it'll be this year, because haven't got to writing it yet, but when I do the insight, I learned so much about that book that it was just so much. But one of the great aspects was, one of the shifts that John had mentioned was moving from goals to growth. That shift, meaning shifting from being so fixated on the outcome of a situation, of your process, rather than being focused on the process itself, because the process itself could be a tool for you to see where you learned and what you encountered, what you could have done better, what you could have, there's so much good things to look at there, whereas the outcome is something that in many cases is something that's out of your control. So yeah, definitely embracing failure as something that is something that can happen and something you can use to learn and improve your life is an essential step for your success. Next one. How do I become less shy or feminine? See my answer. You can be more open to conversations and expressing your views, even if they differ from others. Don't be afraid of confrontation. It takes time, but with small changes, you can achieve that goal. This question, I'm not sure if they had a sub question to it where the poster posted a comment, but my answer seemed to be addressing the conversational aspect of being shy and feminine, which I guess is one side of things. And yeah, it's very key that you pick up traits like assertiveness and less fear of confrontation and decisiveness and those kind of things where you're able to kind of lead in conversations, if that's what the question was poked at. And yeah, don't be afraid to differ with others, because it will happen once you put there's two things in my life, two aspects. The first aspect of things is that, the first side of things I had witnessed, that if you don't put your opinion out there in a conversation, in the world really, if you don't put your opinion out there with a group of people, you won't differ with anyone. You'll be an agreeable person. Everyone will like you because you're very agreeable. But once you start to put your opinions out there, that's where you may start to face challenges, because there is something to poke at. The bear is pokeable now. But before, the bear was not pokeable because there's done nothing yet. But once your opinions start to come out there will be times of potential conflict and disagreement. And embracing that fact that it will come with it will help you make that decision to start putting yourself out there. Next question. What inspires and motivates you today? And this was written, as you can see, the dates are not fake, on November 23rd, which was now pretty much 5 months ago. Today I am able to help people on Quora and Reddit with the knowledge I have, and that makes me inspired to keep going because of the benefit I can have to society. And I honestly still believe that. And although I've slowed down because I've had to put my energy elsewhere, and yeah, although I've had to slow down, I still firmly believe that, and believe that my efforts are honest and I have a good intention behind them to do good. So I believe it will do good, and I'll keep it going. What motivates you to seek out new educational opportunities? Oh, okay. 4 years ago, I seek new educational opportunities to learn more about myself, the world, and what I have to offer to everyone. Now I seek new educational opportunities to fulfill my purpose of learning more about my religion and contributing to the betterment of society. When I think about how I can benefit others with my knowledge, it makes me eager. Well, it doesn't make me eager. That's not what I said, but it does. It makes me want to gain more knowledge to help people more effectively and reach a wider audience. 100,000%. I see learning as a way for you to benefit yourself and benefit others, and benefiting the society and the community is one of my purposes, and it's something that I strongly believe in. And I may need a knock on the head sometimes to remind me that, look, this is what you're doing it for, so keep going. But this is my end purpose, and a part of my overall purpose, which is split up kind of into three. Now, what motivates you to wake up every day in the morning? Each day, I can help someone that wants to grow and change their lives positively, and it feels like my chance to be there to provide guidance and knowledge. This makes me want to get up so I don't miss that chance. This inspires me every day now. Definitely. And it's a part of my... And it's not to say that, because I don't want to put on the impression that I know it all, or I'm just this guru that knows everything, and I have all the tools to help everyone. I want to do what I can, and particularly guide those that want to learn more, and share my knowledge with people that are have that same desire as me, is to learn and to share and to help others. And like I said, it's part of my 3-part purpose. Really, my first part of the purpose is to worship Allah, to worship God. The second part is to spread the message of Islam. And the third part is to contribute to the betterment of society. And when I align those three, it really makes my life worthwhile and kind of worth all of the struggles that come with it, and all of the good that comes with it. So this is still something that motivates me, and as long as I keep reminding myself of it, the more I can keep doing it and producing more of it, which I just hope to do, because the fall off is it could be imminent if you're not wary of your direction in life. Okay, the next question: how can I remove negative thoughts? You cannot free yourself completely from negative thoughts because that is our human nature. However, you can tip the scale. It's key to remember here that you cannot completely stop negative thoughts, and you telling yourself that will set you up for disappointment time and time again. So it is essential to remember that negative thoughts will be there because it's a part of your human psychology, but you can put measures to override that with what I'm about to mention. This means that there is a balance between positive and negative thoughts that run through your mind, both consciously and subconsciously. If you focus your conscious thoughts on producing positive thoughts constantly by using affirmation, suggestion, repetition, and visualization, you can affect your subconscious mind to affect your subconscious mind too, and produce more positive thoughts than negative. I read a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind, and it is a great read for those wanting to learn more about this subject. Another subconscious mind reference. That would be a great book insight, and I'm hoping that these book insights, I'm going to invest more and more time into them, because I'm realizing now that once I do it, it's done, unless I come back to it. So I'll make sure that I hit a strike. I hit a bowling strike on my first try. The more I read these, the more I'm convinced and resolute on the fact that I need to put my all into making the insight very good, and that'll be a great insight. Next one's disappeared for some reason. I don't know why. Can I find the answer? No, because if I edit it, I don't know if this thing is gonna disappear. All right, we'll just skip that one for now. Next question, which I can do. What is the significance of nurturing young brains and encouraging innovative ideas? Very good question. When you create an environment that welcomes innovation or innovation, I don't know why I roll like that. When you create an environment that welcomes innovation, creativity, and curiosity, the results are great because you allow people to express themselves and share ideas in a safe and productive space. This is beneficial to everyone because people can work together and improve each other's ideas. Yeah. So once you start to push that, I was going to say premise, but once you start to push the ideas that creativity, curiosity, and innovation are rewarded, and they are something that is accepted and desired in the environment, people will follow that. People will follow suit once they know that, and once they see that social confirmation that other people are doing it, are believing so too, they will follow suit and follow with their actions and their words. It is important to invest in the younger generation because they will lead the next that follows them. If you help them, you are contributing to the betterment of this society and the next. So the key to remember here is that investing in the younger group is the best investment you can make when it comes to people, because these young people will teach those younger people, and those younger people will carry that on, and that cycle continues on for many years. And we've seen it with how we are now. If you go back towards the previous times, there's pioneers that decided they're gonna invest into the youth and focus on their growth and their development, and they took that person's efforts and decided to spread that message out and spread that to the younger generation and continue it going. So in that same way, all of us should kind of look at the younger generation and be like, you know what, let's invest into their growth and into their knowledge so they can do great things and inspire those younger than them. And it's a selfless approach, but it's one that you should consider using because it is very valuable. Next question. Tough one. No jokes here. I hate my life so much. When or how can it get better? You can start by changing your mindset and looking at it like this: the things I love about myself and the things I want to change. So yeah. So I give a counter to that statement of I hate my life by saying I hate my life and how can it get better, to saying the things I love about myself and the things I want to change. Focusing on, I don't want to sound like the love and happiness guy, but I'm going to say focus on the love and happiness aspect and the positive side of things, and more so on the positive and the growth and what good things you've done, are doing and can do, and what things and how you can grow, because there's always room for improvement. You need to build a positive attitude that will give you the self-confidence to believe in your ability to change. Well, you don't need to, but you should do. As for when, you can start now. I remember seeing a great speaker mentioning about the best time to plant a tree. And he mentions that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. But the second best time to plant a tree is now. So plant that tree. Don't be focused on what you cannot control, and focus on what you can control, which is your own thoughts and actions. This is one piece of advice that I think I've consistently gave out over the past 5 months, but it's one that transformed my life. Understanding what is in your control and what is out of your control. And the next step after that is taking action to the things that you can control and dismissing the things you cannot control. Take things step by step and try out new activities to see what you enjoy and what inspires you. And this is one thing that I think I follow, will start to see more of, where when people ask about, I don't know what I want to do, and I don't have a purpose, and I don't know what I like, I tend to just give the advice of try out new things, or try out things that you've stopped doing in the past, and have the intention of, I'm gonna build a bank in my head, or like a notebook in my mind of this activity I'm doing. I'm gonna make the decision as I'm doing it. Do I like it or not? And then once you, so the key, the focus is, once you have the intention that I'm doing these activities to figure out what I like and don't like, you will be more aware of that fact and be more decisive on that matter, as opposed to just doing it to do it and then forgetting, really not really making that choice because you wasn't really aware of it beforehand. But if you go into these activities with that presupposition, I would call it, but basically with that mental note beforehand, it will be easier for you to decide and pick apart what things you liked and what you don't like, and have that opinion. 21 minutes in, I've covered quite a lot. I think that's a perfect place to leave it, honestly. I think I'll save off here. The next question is, what are the main obstacles to positive thinking? And hopefully I will cover that in the next video.